was almost buried alive, and it's caught on video. That's about 100 people that you see there rushing to help rescue the boy. He was under 7 feet of beach sand. He was trapped for about half an hour, too, so lack of oxygen, definitely an issue. We've actually got Battalion Chief Jeff Boyles from the Newport Beach Fire Department on the phone. Chief, let's start sort of at the beginning here. What did you find when you arrived on the scene once you got the call?
Well, when we arrived on scene, lifeguards, Newport Beach lifeguards were already on scene with numerous bystanders, and the bystanders were using anything that they could to help dig this young man out. Anything from their hands to buckets to swim fins to boogie boards. We do know that this 17-year-old man was visiting our beach from the East Coast, and he and his cousins were digging a hole that was about 7 feet deep, and they started to go lateral inside that hole, creating a tunnel. And he was down in the tunnel by himself when the sand collapsed, basically burying him alive. But fortunately for him, his cousin had the wherewithal to run over to a lifeguard tower who activated the emergency response system. And in all, we had 3 different urban search and rescue units, USAR units from Huntington Beach, the city of Costa Mesa, and Newport Beach, and about 40 firefighters in all, and about a dozen Newport Beach lifeguards, and ultimately about 30 to 40 bystanders as well. But as you can imagine, time is of the essence in these types of situations because he's buried and he can't breathe beneath the sand.
And I'm curious, Chief.
Proper techniques that sand keep collapsing back onto him.
Well, and let me ask you this. You know, I grew up in Southern California, and, you know, you're always building sandcastles and you're digging holes. But, you know, they were trying, do you have any idea why they were trying to build this tunnel? Were they just out having fun? Was there a purpose behind doing this? I mean, these aren't like 10-year-old kids with little shovels and pails. I mean, like you said, they're almost, you know, they're adults.
You're correct. And anytime you dig a hole past about waist height, you do run the risk of that sand coming back in on you. And that's something that's very important that we try and get out to the public, not to dig too deep. And the lifeguards do try and patrol that. But it was a busy day. He did get beneath the surface, and no one noticed it for a while. And I don't know, to be quite honest with you, where he thought he was going with that, other than the fact that he was trying to dig an elaborate tunnel. And he got down there, and that sand came in, and he was buried alive for a good 30 minutes or so. As you can imagine, when we pulled him out, he was lethargic, he was hypoxic, he was without air, not completely without air the whole time. He did have some air, but he was rushed to Hoag Hospital, and he didn't sustain any life-threatening injuries. So it was a good rescue. He's very fortunate. He's a lucky man today to be alive, to be quite honest.
Yes, he is, and it's pretty incredible to see all the people that joined in to help you out, and all those firefighters. Chief Jeff Boyles, Newport Beach Fire Department, thanks so much for calling in.